brothers and lads, welcome back to Cossy's Arsenal podcast. My name is Cossy. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in all parts of the world. I'm back again, and it's time to be excited. Somehow, be excited, because according to Ben Jacobs, Arsenal and Yuri Tillemans, there is a full agreement, and he has said he's fully sold on a move to Arsenal. So if Manchester United were to bid for Tillemans, they will only get him if Arsenal decide that is fine. Go ahead and take the player. It is not really a head-to-head. I'm going to be trying to explain and break down that article and that excerpt from Ben Jacobs on what exactly Arsenal are intending to do with Yuri Tillemans, why we are already in the driving seat for this one, and why Arsenal are not even bidding at the moment, but they cannot lose this one to a couple of other clubs that are 100% interested in the player. Some kind of positivity at the moment. Be excited. Exactly. Be excited. Hit the like button for me. Let's get this video to 800 likes. Subscribe to the podcast. We're very, very close to 51,000 subscribers, which is absolutely mad. Someone just reminded me in the comments that they subscribed to us when we were on 7,000. Now we are at 51,000. That is absolutely huge. I can't do it, guys. It's you guys. So just spend just 5 seconds down on the video, and then just do it, right? Just hit that subscribe button. But anyway, let's get into Yuri Tillemans. Couple of people in my inbox asking me, Cossy, what is happening with Yuri Tillemans? Are we still in this deal? We are hearing a couple of rumors. Man United, Newcastle, West Ham, Tottenham Hotspur are all interested. What exactly is happening? Now, the first thing I'll tell you about this one is Arsenal have already been we've been leading this race for Yuri Tillemans since January. Everybody knows that, and we have never at any point in time backed out of this deal. And the latest development from Ben Jacobs just tells you everything you need to know. That's what he says. He says he's fully sold on a move to Arsenal. So if Manchester United were to bid for Yuri Tillemans, they will only get him if Arsenal decide that is fine. Go ahead and take the player. It is not really a head-to-head transfer battle. Now, what exactly does that mean? I mean, the English and the twist of semantics is absolutely up in the air. So what exactly is he talking about? So one, he's talking about the fact that Arsenal have already had an agreement with the representatives of Yuri Tillemans. Personal terms 100% agreed, and the player has already been sold the idea of coming to Arsenal Football Club. Mikel Arteta, according to Jacobs, Ben and Charles Watts in January, met with the representatives of the player at the Emirates Stadium. We reported about that. I think it was around 5 months ago. And we talked to them and told them if Arsenal were to join the UEFA Champions League, which we actually didn't, I'll get to that later in the video, which we actually didn't, then Yuri Tillemans would definitely join us 100%. So since we didn't go to the UEFA Champions League, Arsenal kept on talking and interacting with the representatives of Yuri Tillemans to try to convince the player and his entourage to join us without UEFA Champions League. I want to say that Arsenal have succeeded on doing that. A couple of multiple reliable reports confirming that Yuri Tillemans is now very open to joining Arsenal with or without UEFA Champions League. So at the moment, Arsenal still lead that race, but Ben Jacobs, before putting out this article, this interview actually on Give Me Sport, also pointed out the fact that Arsenal have never made an official bid to Leicester City. So all the reports claiming that there is kind of a disagreement, or that the price and valuation between both clubs is miles apart, that is not true. Arsenal have never made an official bid. No official offers have ever come out of Arsenal towards Leicester City for Yuri Tillemans. Now the question is why and how do we beat the competition in this deal, yet we've never made a deal? This is what Ben Jacobs talks about in this article, and he says that if United were to beat, at the moment, Ben Jacobs feels Manchester United are the leading contenders against Arsenal in this deal. And it says if Manchester United were to bid for Yuri Tillemans, they will only get him if Arsenal decide we are not taking him. So this is a deal that has been arranged in place for Arsenal to do it whenever they like. The player is happy to wait on to us. There is no ultimatum. There is no deadline. There is no rush between Arsenal, Leicester City, and Tillemans. The feeling around this deal is that Arsenal will get it done. Arsenal will complete it when they feel they want. It's a little bit scary, right? It's a little bit scary because let's talk about the competition and what exactly is happening with other clubs. Man United are now working very, very fast in this transfer window. I think as Arsenal enjoyed the June month, Manchester United fans and their transfer strategy will enjoy July. So United are moving quick and faster, tracking their targets. They've already signed it, Tyrell Malacia. They're working very hard to get Frankie de Jong. It's a very, very difficult deal. But in my opinion, with Man United, and why I think this one is a little bit scary for them and hard for them or complicated, is if they signed Frankie de Jong for 65 million euros plus 20 million euros in bonuses or add-ons, then I don't see how they go for Yuri Tillemans. They will not go for Yuri Tillemans because I think both players are going to give you the same thing, playing in that, in that double pivot as your number 8. So if I think they only go for Yuri Tillemans if they fail to get Frankie de Jong. Now, the latest words from Laporta, the president of Barcelona, could actually indicate that they will not get Frankie de Jong. But in my opinion, those are mind games. They're trying to tell Manchester United, pay some more money, and then we're going to give you the lad. Pay some more money, and then we can convince Frankie de Jong to sign for you. The truth of the matter here is that if you are a Man United fan, or if you are an Arsenal fan interested in all sport, is that Man United do not have the consent of the player, that is Frankie de Jong. He is not 100% sure to join them. He wants to stay at FC Barcelona. And that's why you see all these rumors are coming up here, claiming United will go for Yuri Tillemans because they're looking for someone who can give them at least half or even better of what Frankie de Jong can actually do. And I think to be very, very honest, Yuri Tillemans, that is what exactly he does. He's done it at a very, very consistent basis at Leicester City in the Premier League. So Erik ten Hag is believed to be a very big fan of the player. So if they got him, then they would be 100% contented. So that is option one. Man United, they want him, but only if they fail to get Frankie de Jong. There is no way they're going to sign two world-class number 8s in the same window. If they spend 100 million euros or 85 million euros on Frankie, they will not spend another single penny on Yuri Tillemans. So will they get Frankie de Jong? That move depends on that. And it's going to drag on unless Man United get frustrated and decide to walk away, or unless Frankie de Jong decides to drastically cut his wages at FC Barcelona in order to stay. We'll wait to see what happens. But if you're a Man United fan tracking this deal, you have a long way to go. They have a long way to go to get this done. The other club that is interesting and scary for me is Tottenham Hotspur. Now, I know you're laughing, right? You're laughing and telling me, Cossy, come on, we cannot be afraid of Spurs in the transfer window. We can't be. Now, like I reported, since January, they wanted, that is Tielemans and his representatives, have always considered UEFA Champions League football as key for them in this deal. They've always wanted a club in Europe. And when it comes to Newcastle United, I'll try to tell you why they don't even, for me, stand a chance. Although they have a lot of money, one of the reasons why they do not stand a chance is they're represented nowhere in Europe. So why then Tottenham Hotspur is a very, very huge blow to Arsenal and a scary opponent is Spurs have qualified ahead of Arsenal in the league. They have already registered themselves as a team that will be playing I think they'll be playing qualifiers to get into the UEFA Champions League group stages. Something that I think they will definitely do, right? So Spurs are now into the UEFA Champions League. They have a great manager, a very, very huge manager. And when you look at what they're actually building, that is where Arsenal need to be very, very scared. They've signed in Richarlison. They've signed in Ivan Perisic. They've brought in Yves Bissouma. It looks like Antonio Conte is heading for a 100% transformation of this Tottenham side. And when you look at players like Yuri Tillemans and their ambition, players in their prime, they're looking at winning. He wants to play under manager, first and foremost, that is proven in terms of winning. But they also want to play for projects that you feel this project has somewhere. They're going to be competing. They're going to be competing for something. And I think that is what Antonio Conte is doing at Tottenham Hotspur. So it might not be as difficult as anyone thinks, actually, to convince him to join Tottenham Hotspur. A club with UCL, a club with the top-class manager, and a club with high-class players like, Harry Kane, Huminson, Dejan Kulusevski, Richarlison, Bissouma, and the likes of the others, the likes of Rodrigo Bentancur. I don't think the idea of him playing alongside Rodrigo Bentancur and the idea of him playing alongside Bissouma in that midfield would actually sound very, very bizarre. And that is why Arsenal, although we are reluctant, although we feel the deal is absolutely ours, we need to either step up or we need to either make a fast bid just to make sure that, Leicester City do not see us as absolute jokers. That is it, right? So we do have an advantage over Spurs because we've talked to the player, and the player believes the project at Arsenal is more interesting, and he would love to work with Mikel Arteta's ideas, right? And we've also brought in some very, very good names for him, the likes of Fabio Vieira, the likes of Gabriel Jesus. I don't think those are bad names to mention when it comes to joining the Arsenal project. Now, West Ham United have also shown interest in the player, but West Ham, I don't see them even. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry, but West Ham, no. No. Even when it comes to paying the wages the player would be asking for, I don't see West Ham as a club that's really gonna do that. For example, if he asks for in excess of £150,000 per week, I don't think West Ham are gonna be paying that. So West Ham, yeah, they are interested. They have a very, very good manager at Sporting Talent in David Moyes, but I don't see how he goes from Leicester City and goes to West Ham. The transition there. And when you look at what he's been asking for as a player, it doesn't make any sense. No. So I don't see him go to West Ham. The club that is around the corner, and you cannot undermine them, Newcastle United. Don't laugh. Yeah, don't laugh. Now, Newcastle signed Bruno Guimaraes. Arsenal were 100. I mean, I will never accept the fact that there is a couple of people trying to downplay Bruno Guimaraes and say Arsenal were never interested. Arsenal were 100% interested in Bruno Guimaraes, and we really wanted him. However, Newcastle United were more serious than us, and they signed the player. And that kind of seriousness has brought them players like Steven Botman, stealing him away from AC Milan. Can you believe that? Milan won the title. They're in the UEFA Champions League, but Newcastle stole Steven Botman away from them. They were very close to signing Hugo Ekitike. I really don't understand what happened with that deal, but the kind of seriousness that they manifest in the window, and when it comes to signing players, also brings in a lot of scare. So with Newcastle, they don't have UEFA Champions Football or Europa League or even the UEFA Conference League, and that is what actually would kill them. So at the moment, unless Arsenal decide that club ABCD should take the player, no club will take Yuri Tillemans. According to Ben Jacobs, he's fully sold on a move to Arsenal. So if you're Man United or any other club were to bid for Yuri Tillemans, they will only get him if Arsenal decided that it is okay. Go ahead and take the player. It is not a really, it's not really a head-to-head, right? And what it means, it's not a really, it's not a head-to-head. It's not a bidding war. It is not the player trying to decide between two clubs. No, it is Arsenal only, right? Only and only Arsenal. Hit the like button for me. Speak to you in the next 1.5 hours. I'll be telling you what exactly is happening with Lisandro Martinez, and then later I'll give you a full package of what is happening with the likes of Serge Gnabry, the likes of Aaron Hickey, and why Arsenal probably are slowing down this week. See you soon.